has staff been able to identify where the $40,000 in funding would come from?
Madam Mayor, Commissioner Carey, we also have Christina. She seems to be lathered up from her last presentation that could field that question. But the answer on the cursory is no, we don't. We budget to zero, so we don't. We would need a little bit more leadership on if it does pass, you know, especially from the individual that sponsored it with their recommendation, where that would come from.
I would recommend possibly using the UNESCO allocation, since that has changed in this fiscal year. So there is not another identified funding source for it at this time.
And would we need to make that decision at this time where the funding would come from,
Madam Mayor,
if in fact it would come from UNESCO?
Commissioner Carey, if passed, I would look for some leadership. You know, I believe that it's prudent to understand when we make these decisions where it is coming from. You know, we've just heard from our finance director that right now there is no allocation or funding line item for this. Christina, can you provide some history? I know we've done this in the past.
Yeah, we've done this like around the COVID time. We allocated around 143,000, which at that time we took it from. We used the allocations for the youth leagues and the nonprofits in order to fund the nonprofits to feed with the food. So I don't recommend doing that this time. I think we do have this, you know, line item that is not going to be fulfilled, and we could properly allocate that towards that.